Good morning, guys. Welcome to Fishful Thinker. I'm Chad LaChance. That's Ron Castiglione. You've seen him on the show before. You've also a fishing guide with us here at Fishful Thinker, but you're not a fishing guide here.
Never been here before.
Spinny Mountain Reservoir, he's never been here. I've only been here on guided trips. We're here in my boat finally. We've got all of our own tackle and we're going basically bass fishing for trout today. We're gonna go really aggressive power fishing for trout. We might even pick up a pike along the way. So it's October.
It is.
And place has pike, got trout, browns, rainbows. We're gonna get after them, get her done. So it should be fun shooting.
Sweet.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter. Peterson Toyota and Toyota Trucks, moving forward. St. Croix Rod, best rods on earth. Berkeley, catch more fish. Abu Garcia, for life. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
There we go. All right.
Nice.
There you go. Got that big old bend in the Avid X, and I don't think he's a giant for this pond, but given that we're just getting rolling this morning, we'll take that. And it's definitely not a giant for this lake, but I am still happy to have him. And you know, guys, when we get out and go bass fishing for trout, Ronnie, if you want to net him, I'd appreciate it very much. He's big enough that we'll go ahead and net him. Given he's got a face full of jerkbait and hooks, and you know that cutter's got those. There you go, right there. All right, we'll hold that tight in the net. Try to keep it out of the net.
There you go.
Excellent, guys, excellent. There you go. Now, we hope to catch them bigger than that today and more of them. But I'll tell you what, because we've only been fishing for a few minutes, and so we're off to a good start here. See if I can get that hook gracefully out of there. There you go, guys. That's right there while you come up to Spinny Mountain Reservoir and catch yourself a trout. And you see he's got a pike bite on the side. See that? Pike got a hold of him at some point. So
He escaped at some
we'll put him back. Yeah, so there you have it, guys. And here's the little cutter jerkbait. I'll show you this thing. We get out of the fray bill. It's got a crankbait proof mesh, so it'll come right out of there as you see. And there it is. There's my little cutter 90 plus right there. I've got it going in a perch color because there's a major perch hatch here in the lake, and there you go. Got a short 25-pound Prospect Trilene 100% fluorocarbon leader right there, and then the 20-pound Trilene tracer braid medium power Avid X, and the brand new Aura 2 SX right there. So good system. Ron, you're up. Yeah. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Nicely done. I'll get the net in. Did you get a pike? You got a trout.
Trout.
Nicely done, Ron.
I gotta go to the back.
So, I think it's safe to say that the little cutter jerkbait, he's schooling me a little bit. That's all right. Nicely done. Now it's funny because we're releasing all these today, guys, anyway, so it's not all that surprising that a fin rainbow would easy, buddy, easy.
Little handful.
Little closer, right there. We got him. There you go. That's all you. Well done. That looks like a nice spinny cut bow right there, and that's the second one on the cutter 90. Easy.
Easy. There you go.
There you go.
Nice
Now,
fish.
Ronnie's never been to spinny yet. There you go. Oh, let's let him go. And he's out of there. Ronnie's never been to spinny before, but so that's your first one here.
It's my first one here.
They get a lot bigger than that, just for the record.
Sweet.
Good, nice catch.
Boom.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, spend more time on the water. Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate.
So the baits that we're throwing here today, guys, some brand new stuff just coming out on the market, and I've been fishing them now, a few months. So it's a relatively new baits for us. I'll pull it in here and show you what I'm fishing with. But I've got a Berkeley Cutter 90 Plus, a little jerkbait. It's in the new hard bait line. It's got the Fusion 19 hooks on it, which are also a Berkeley product, new product for them. It's a great looking jerkbait. I've got it in perch color right here because we've got a bunch of perch in this lake, but it comes in a great selection of colors as well. They've got a 110 Plus, which is one size bigger than this. Runs same depth, 3 to 6 feet, but it's got a slow sink to it. And anytime we get around jerkbait, I like them erratic, and with a bait called a cutter, I would think they'd be erratic, you know, and there's no doubt about that. This bait's been real erratic. We've done really good with them so far on smallmouth. We've done really good with them so far on trout. We'll see if we can get a pike to bite one here today. I already got pike to bite it good up at Williamsport Reservoir. So the bait's slowly proving itself quickly with me. And for me, a bait's got to be multi-species. I realize it might be designed mostly for bass, but in my mind, for a bait to be any good, it's got to be multi-species. And it's something like a high quality jerkbait. There's no more multi-species bait out there with the possible exception of a jig. So so far, we've been real happy with these. Fish right there, and that's why I'm happy with them. That thing just got smashed sitting dead still out there. I think it's a good multi-species bait, Ron.
Nice.
It was just sitting out there, not even moving. Dude, that's a nice one here, Ron. Look at this one. And that net handle does extend if you need it longer. Push that button in the back. Yep, there you go. This is a nice one here, and he just crashed that thing, just absolutely crashed it. And got him on the Avid X right here. Nice. See, Ron, this is why we come to Spinney. We're about 2.5 hours or so from Denver. And, oh, he's fired. I think he just came unhooked too, actually. I think he just caught himself on the back. He was hooked in the mouth a minute ago. That's a good size one there.
They're fired up today.
Oh, man.
A little colder weather.
Yeah, they do. Oh, that's a good size. Easy, easy, easy. We get to find out if that little Revo 2's drag is any good. Probably has a good size rainbow right there, guys. How about them apples? Look at that thing, guys. That right there. That's a nice one. The whole key with it, especially when the lake gets down like this, is just fishing out around the outside edges and stuff, the outside grass edges, or, I mean, it looks real flat and shallow, but actually with my coastals, I can see the bank underneath the water right there, see the bottom, but there's a good weed line out here that we're actually fishing around. And if you watch, you'll get a lot of fish that'll follow here. They'll follow right to the boat, same with trout anywhere else. If they do and you're smart, you can nurse them into biting. You can sometimes even figure eight them. You do like Ronnie did, just keep twitching the bait without actually moving it any direction forward, and you can get them to go that way. But one of the fun things about fishing here, there's one. One of the fun things about fishing here at Spinney is that you can catch pike too. In fact, cue the pike.
Cue the pike.
I don't know that we could have scripted that any better than that. They get a lot bigger than this in here, just for the record. Easy, buddy. He almost got me. He almost got me. But yeah, you can catch pike here, as I was starting to say, and you can also catch giant pike here, and this one is not a giant pike. We always talk about with the jerkbait, it comes down to the cadence. It doesn't matter whether I'm fishing a cutter 90 like this one or a cutter 110 or any other jerkbait out there. It comes down to the cadence and the slack line. You notice I start by lifting the rod and then pulling and bouncing the bait, bouncing the bait. That bait's just doop, 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 and just goes off sideways. It doesn't really move forward that much is my whole point of it. And the way they've got the cutter design, it'll come up sometimes, it'll go down. It's a really crazy erratic bait. And with the extra fast action rod, if you watch, that rod doesn't shock very much. I mean, it comes back to straight right now, and that's a really key part of the whole system. So whether it be whatever rod it is I'm using, whether it be an Avid X or that Mojo Bass that's right there, which I'm in love with at this point, actually both these rods, but they're both extra fast action, and that gives me the real crisp pops on the jerkbait combined with the braided line, and that's how you end up catching a whole bunch of fish. Okay, here we go. I like this spot right up in here. Oop, might come up a little shorter than I wanted to. Fish, oh, that's a big one right there. Either that's a big one or I foul hooked him, I don't know which. I don't know what I got going on here, but this one's not acting right. I don't know, Ron. This one could get weird. Oh, it's another nice one too. Look at this one. And I don't think he's foul hooked. Oh, yes, he's, whoa, buddy, easy there, fish. He's gonna come up right here real quick too. He's right there. Right up, ready, right there. Got him in the net. There we go. Another one looks like that. How about that? These fish are some of the fattest, healthiest fish in the whole state. And the funny thing, easy there, buddy. The funny thing is they cohabitate with pike here all the time, so they have a relatively rough place to live, you'd think, but anytime you get a shallow, weedy lake like this, man, it's you get a lot of bug life. You get a lot of bug life, you get a lot of trout life. You know, you got perch that live in here now, for better or for worse, and those are gonna feed some of these fish as well, but right now my little perch color 90 is getting motored.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Peterson Toyota and Toyota Trucks, moving forward. Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate.
And I feel like that always when we come here, it comes down to where can I find the best looking weed growth in combination with depth. And that's the same, I don't care where you're fishing a weedy lake. If you're gonna fish where there's weeds, that might not have been a bite. If you're gonna fish around weeds, you need to find the healthy green ones more often than not. If you get around dead, there's one right there, big fish right here, big fish. Just clobbered it sitting still. I thought that was a bump a minute ago. Oh, buddy, here we go. Big one at close range. Oh no, he didn't. He's not, this fish is a nice one, dude. And here he comes out. All right, there we go. Oh, there we go. Look at that with that cutter 90 in his face. He bumped it. It's funny because I thought I felt a bump. Look at him giving up too. Up. There you go, Ron. He's coming right. Nope. My bad. There you go. There he is right there. Look at the size of that rainbow, guys. Nice. This has turned out to be a reasonably good morning so far.
Pretty.
That's the kind of rainbows that we love to see here at Fishful Thinker. That's a cutter 90 fish if there ever was one right there. Beautiful rainbow. Here you go, buddy. Take off. Boom! Brand new bait, guys. Brand new bait. I've been working that bait for a variety of species for a couple of months now, and it is flat paying the bills. The cool thing on that one is he bumped it way out there, and I was like, oh, I set the hook, and I was like, no, maybe it wasn't one. Then I kept working it, and then boom, he got it on the slack line again.
Nice.
Slack line bites, want to point that out. Bait sitting dead still, not moving at all. All of a sudden it gets beat. So you got to give that bait sometimes time to do that, and that's why suspending jerkbait's nearly magical. Big one. Oh, buddy, look at this one go. This one's quite a bit bigger. Ronnie's down there rigging. I think Ronnie sold on the perch color at this point.
Try to get the same lure on you,
I'm
Chad.
thinking he's getting worked by it. This fish is either really big or I don't know. He took off, dude. Here he comes, Ron. We're gonna get you a net if we could. Oh, it's another beautiful one. And he's got that jerkbait buried in his face. Look at this fish. Here he comes. He's coming up right here. Beautiful fish. There we go. All right, got him out of the net. Nice, there's another beautiful, and these are starting to look like broken records. Look at that thing. There you go, buddy. See you, buddy. Look at him take off. Water's nice and cold, and there it is, bud. So Ron's sitting here on the deck of the boat tying on the same color because he's figured out.
Hey, what's that over there?
Yeah, right? That bait so far has been motored a bunch, and you know, it's just a basic perch colored little bait. It's running 3 to 6 feet deep. As you can see, I'm popping it really aggressive, but I'm also giving it a real distinct kill. So doop, 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 and just sits there. And then pow, they're smoking it. When they're on the head hook like that, when that fish is hooked on the front hook like that, he was committed. Smack that bait head first, get a whole treble in his mouth. Good stuff. Biggest thing I'll tell people too, if you're gonna fish a jerkbait, especially for trout and pike too, or smallies for that matter, if you get a bite and you miss it, you keep working that bait, pop it 3 or 4 times, dook, 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 and then kill it again, because a lot of times they'll come right back and get it. And you know, geez, Ronnie and I have demonstrated that on trout lots of different times. It doesn't matter what kind of bait it is. Trout are so excitable that if they get dialed on it, you know, they'll bump it over and over again. And these guys for sure, I mean, they'll bump this jerkbait 2 or 3 times, and you wouldn't think they would because it's a hard bait, it doesn't taste right, you know, there's nothing about it that tells them it's edible. But their trout have a little brain and they're very excitable, and so because they're excitable, that bait keeps hopping around, dancing around, keeps giving them a good target to blast at, and they'll keep blasting a lot of times. Some of the biggest ones that I've ever caught have bumped a bait 2 or 3 times before they got it. So you just never know. There you go. New spot, guys. Just moved to a new spot. Got on this weed line. You can see the weed line right here. And Ron got to work right.
I clocked in.
You clocked in. Good time to clock in, Ron. You got a little pike.
Mr. Pike.
There you go.
He's so cute. Look at him. Look at that cute little pike.
Hey, buddy. There you go. Well done. First cast, new spot. So first cast, a new spot. We'll take it. And there's a real distinct line in the weeds. And actually, if the camera looks straight this way here, you can see the difference in color in the water right there. We pulled up on that line of color change because anytime you get a transition of any kind, that's a good place to fish.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter. St. Croix Rod, best rods on earth. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
You guys, look at this as we come in. We've got a real flat bottom. And then we're gonna come up and catch 2 contour lines in the space of that much. It's gonna go from 26 to 6 feet deep. So it's gonna come up between here and the bank straight up. That's why we're fishing here. We fished a bunch inside there a little bit ago. We've come out, run around the lake. We've decided to come back here because the wind's blowing in right here and it's pushing right up against this steep drop, which should push warm water, everything up on the surface, and should make a good spot to fish. So we'll fish our way around this contour, break them in and among these boats right here. See how it goes. Yeah, we'll get another one. There he is. There you go. There you go, Ron. Now, I want to say just a second ago, he lost another one. And is it a pike? You closed my net in the locker last time.
Net sabotage.
Yeah, well, we're in trouble now, Ron. You're just
a disaster. I'll deal with him.
Deal with that.
We'll make it work.
Grab him.
The Vulcan death grip.
Just grab him on the back, not the belly, the back. Cut, if he gets cut, dude. Or you get off the rod locker and I'll grab him. Just grab him, dude. Watch. If you just grab him, they sit there.
Good job.
You just gotta grab them. You can't mess around with pike. Because pike are not to be messed around with.
Hey, well done.
You like that? You just got to grab him. He's cool though. I like the teeth in there. Now Ron is not caught, just for the record, I'm talking a little smack, but Ron's not caught that many pike over the years. Only a few here and there.
Maybe half a dozen.
Total ever. Yeah, so I got to forget about the fact he's never dealt with one and all you hear is the big giant teeth. But my experience with pike has been you just got to grab them like you own them, kind of like barracudas. If you mess around with them, you tickle them, they'll get you every time. But if you just grab them, but really the best thing to do is not close the net in the rod locker so you can actually use the net. We'll chalk that as another net fail here on Fishful Thinker. I think. No, is it? Yeah, it is. It's got to be. I don't know what I got here. I don't know, but it's as small as I thought it was. Oh, it's a nice big old pike. Nice. He was coming straight at the boat, and I'm like, oh, it's a little baby pike.
Yeah, he fooled you, huh?
Yes, he did fool me. There's a good sized pike there, guys. Look at that. And that's why we've got the heavy leader on there, guys. And that's why you come to Spinney Reservoir. He just said this a second ago. All right, there you go, guys. Got him, Ron. There we go. This bait was brand new about 3 hours of fishing time ago. Now the hooks are battered on it from pulling it out of pike, the deal. And we got a big old pike right here in the net. And I'm just going to get on them gracefully across the, easy, buddy. See, don't let go of my net, let go of my net. There you go, guys. That's what a pike looks like. That's a nice one right there, guys. They get a lot bigger than that, but I'll take that one on the cutter. We're going to put him back here and let him go. There he goes. There you go, Ron. That's why we decided we'd hit one more spot and see if Ron have a lucky day here and get a bite. And apparently it worked.
And it might be a brown trout.
There you go. There you go, Ron. And he is, that's a beautiful fish too. Switch me sides, step back just a touch. Oh, I caught your rod there. Is it a brown?
No, it's a
no, it's a
rainbow.
big old bobo. And a big old flat fray bill. All right, guys, he's unhooked in the net, and you can see that big flat bottom on that Conservation Series net right there. Fish get all kinds of room to swim around in there. It doesn't cause any problems, and real easy on the fish. Not to mention, it's the netting doesn't hang crankbaits too bad and things like that. So, Ron, I'm gonna pull him up here, and you get a quick look at him.
Sweet.
There you go. Let you reach in there. That's a really pretty bow right there, guys. Oop,
Yeah, the
easy.
colors are nice on this fish.
She's very slimy.
Okay, you got him or not?
Got it.
There you go. Beautiful fish there, Ron.
Not bad,
Nicely done. Yeah, I got crazy fins on that one. You can
Pretty
put him
colors.
back. Yeah, that's a beautiful rainbow. Look at that thing. Watch him take off. Guys, there you have it. That's our day on spinning. We've caught pike, we've caught trout. We came here to catch trout. And for the first time ever, Ronnie's first time here as well, and we've had a great time. Guys, jerkbait's really hard to beat. That little Cutter 90 and Cutter 110 paid the bill today, especially the Cutter 90. Check them out at berkeley-fishing.com. If you want to book a guide trip with Ronnie, not here, today was fun day for Ron, but up at Horsetooth or one of the other reservoirs that we guide on, that's at fishfulthinker.com. If you want to join the conversation on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, we would appreciate that very much. We appreciate you joining us in the boat today.
Good times, good times.
Hope you guys will tune in, and we'll see you next week.
Time now for today's best catch, brought to you by Berkeley.
If you're gonna fish around weeds, you need to find the healthy green ones more often than not. If you get around dead, there's one right there, big fish right here, big fish. Oh, there we go, look at that with that Cutter 90 in his face. He bumped it, it's funny because I thought I felt a bump. Look at him giving up too. Up. There you go, Ron, he's coming right. Nope, my bad, there you go. There he is right there.
Good one. Pretty.
That's the kind of rainbows that we love to see here at Fishful Thinker. That's a Cutter 90 fish, if there ever was one right there.
Berkeley. Catch more fish.
Ready?
Yep. Hold on.
Is my hair sticking out every which way? Probably. It probably is, right? Nice one, though.
That's a good looking chunk of grass there.
Telling you what, dude. Way to pick them.
You wanna get a measure on that? It's gotta be a good 40 inches.
It's above the slot. If you're astute rod, okay, 1, 2, 3. Cut for a sec. Okay, cut.